Look around. The market is flooded with noise, rising valuations that are nothing but hot air, and promises that fall flat the moment the quarterly reports hit. Founders struggle to turn vision into reality. Investors wrestle with the fear of missing the next wave or chasing illusions, and professionals get trapped between slow-moving systems and the battle for relevance. The truth is brutal. The old playbook of venture capital is cracked, and anyone stuck there is bleeding time, money, and opportunity. Every day you wait, the gold rush moves further without you. But here's the raw reality nobody dares to say out loud. Biotech startups are not just another sector. They are the next untouchable, explosive storm that wipes out comfort zones, splits old paradigms, and forces everyone in VC to rethink from the ground up. This is not hype. This is the bleeding edge where human survival, science, and capital collide with the kind of fury that only happens once or twice a century. Ignoring it? That's a death sentence for any serious founder or investor still clinging to safe bets. So stop wasting brainpower on what's easy or trendy. Stop chasing drones, marketplaces, or whatever the herd feeds on just because it feels familiar. The biotech realm is where grit meets genius, and where what you do today writes the future of life itself. This isn't about small improvements. It's about rewriting the book of human existence. If you want to get off the sidelines and become part of something that matters, here's exactly how to jump in and win. First, you have to dismantle your fear of complexity. Biotech scares everyone because it looks like tangled science jargon and endless regulatory walls. Guess what? That's bullshit disguised as a moat. The real moat is the ability to connect the dots where others see chaos. Break it down relentlessly. Understand not just the biology or technology, but the flows of capital, talent, and timing. Use relentless curiosity as your weapon. Find the founders who speak not in CEO buzzwords, but with razor-sharp scientific accuracy and street-smart hustle. These are the rare blends you need to partner with. Demand founders who don't just want to build companies, but want to solve problems that humankind can't afford to ignore. That mindset is your gold. Next, cut through every marketing pitch and ask this: what's the timeline? Venture capital craves speed. Biotech doesn't always play fast, but it rewards the relentless. Create frameworks that force milestones, deliverables, and validation bursts instead of vague promises of disrupting healthcare. Insist on breaking pipelines into clear, measurable phases. This will keep frustrated investors from bailing and give founders pressure that fuels breakthroughs. Remember, the system is starved for breakthrough structures that bridge science and business pragmatically. Be the one who builds that structure or dies trying. Then get obsessed with strategic partnerships that transcend your old networks. This is not about cozy intro calls or surface-level collaborations. Seek out global alliances with research institutions, regulators, legacy pharma shaking in their boots, and even alternative funding sources that move fast. Think sovereign wealth funds or private family offices, hungry not just for returns, but impact. Building a web of fierce, complementary allies turns risk into a shared battlefield and multiplies the chances of survival exponentially. If you stay on your corner, isolated, you'll get swallowed by the systemic inertia biotech is known for. Now, listen hard. Do not fall into the trap of funding biotech startups like they are just another tech company with shiny apps. That mistake will bleed you dry. The biotech game demands capital patience paired with hyper due diligence. Drop the superficial pitch meetings. Get advisors with real lab experience, clinical trial veterans, biostatisticians who speak fluent data truth, and regulatory insiders who know where the bureaucratic skeletons hide. Build your investment thesis not on hopeful projections, but on the fusion of science fidelity and market realities. This is where most VCs turn timid and lose out. Don't be that VC. Here's an emotional truth to face. Biotech startup founders carry a burden heavier than most. A fight not only with science, but with the cold, indifferent systems that throttle progress. They need more than money. They need understanding, a network that challenges and supports, a capital ecosystem that dares to go beyond status quo. As an investor or a professional, this is your chance to become more than a backer. You become the lifeline. Move beyond the transactional. Get fiercely human in your support. Offer connections that spark collaboration, resources that untangle complexity, advice that cuts straight through the noise. If you want to dominate this sector, you must embrace a new mindset. It's brutal, it's relentless, and it's unforgiving. The few who thrive will be those who treat biotech ventures like they're building a future humanity desperately needs, not just chasing exits. Demand founders who hunger for impact, create portfolios with bold diversity, and never settle for mediocrity hidden behind inflated term sheets. Take it further. Ignite internal cultures in your portfolio companies that challenge inherited constraints. Fine-tune them to operate globally, respecting diversity of thought beyond borders, not trapped by national identity or legacy modes of funding. Encourage founders to transcend, not just survive, the limits of biology by harnessing emerging frontiers like synthetic biology, AI-driven discovery, and next-gen therapeutics. You step into the network that connects the few who will free the many. You ignite self-reinforcing cycles of innovation that radiate far beyond spreadsheets and quarterly expectations. There is no room here for softness or excuses. Here's what happens when you follow this. You stop being just another investor, stuck in old illusions, and become an architect of a radically different world. One where the most powerful individuals, founders, scientists, and capital providers link forces to break old limitations and build what was previously impossible. You must obsess over finding the right founders who don't beg for cheap money, but demand ultra-smart capital. You must learn to navigate science like a master strategist, decoding risks not from fear, but from deep knowledge. You must forge alliances that make the system serve progress, not substitute it with complacency. You must insist on merit over legacy, value over identity, and radical freedom over inherited rules. Failure is certain if you try to play any other game but the new rules biotech imposes. But the payoff? It's not just money, it's a revolution. The chance to fund the breakthroughs that rewrite how humans conquer disease, extend life, and reshape reality itself. Venture capital backed by passion, precision, and absolute commitment will ride this storm not as passengers, but as captains. If the fire is burning inside you, the need for more than comfort, for real transformation, for global impact, this is the time to rise. Get fiercely operational in your approach. Capture biotech's complexity, demand granular execution, build strategic networks, and invest with ruthless intelligence and heart. Don't just watch history from the sidelines while others rewrite it with DNA, enzymes, and groundbreaking science. Biotech startups are the next gold rush. But this isn't for those playing safe or chasing vanity metrics. This is for the few who dare to break the system, who demand meaning from their capital, who refuse to be prisoners of illusions. If that's you, then get up, get connected, and crush every barrier. The future is raw, brutal, and ready. Step into the chaos and claim it before someone else does.